I know this must come as a real shock to you, but Gordon is your son. I was pregnant when we divorced and I didn't tell you. Instead, I quietly married Hugo and raised Gordon as if he belonged to me, said my ex-wife Rita. I just found out that I have a 25-year-old son, and there is a good chance I will never be able to talk to him. Why? Because he's dying. The only reason Rita came to me was for a kidney. Gordon was in a car accident and lost one of his own. The other kidney was not functioning properly, and he needed a new one before it was too late. I was their last chance, and here they are, my ex-wife and the bastard who so brazenly cuckolded me. I would like to help you, but I'm not in a position to do that right now. I really hope you get a kidney for him, but it won't be from me, I said as I poured them a cup of coffee. How can you say that? He's your son. You can't sit by and let him die. Rita jumped out of her chair and Hugo held her back. She began to sob. I will give you anything if you help my child. I can't see him die. Look, Mark, I know you don't like Rita or me, and I don't blame you, but little Gordy didn't do anything to you. His only crime is that he was conceived by you, not me. If I were you, I wouldn't hesitate to give him my kidney. Hugo spoke. I looked at him with contempt and said nothing. Why do you want to kill Gordon? What did he do to you? You're a monster, Rita shouted. I'm trying to explain to you, but you won't let me say a word, will you? Okay, calm down. I'll tell you the story, and then you can decide whether I should give him my kidney. After the story ends, if you still think I should give him my kidney, you will tell me so. I took a sip of coffee. Fine, they said in unison. Rita, do you remember our divorce? You accused me of mental and physical abuse and planted a child's illegal video in the toolbox in my garage. You took everything I had from me. I was ready to give you a divorce, but you wanted the house and all our property. So, you got it. As soon as the story spread that I was into illegal children's videos, I was fired from my job. After all, not many parents wanted a teacher next to their children whose such reputation. I stopped and looked at her. She looked at the floor and didn't say a word. So, I lost my job because of rumors, and my house and all my belongings because of you. You've already cleared out all of our savings, and the amount I received in the divorce barely covered the attorney's fees. A week after the divorce, I found myself penniless and homeless. I wandered around until I stopped at a church in a rundown part of town. Gradually, over time, I began to teach children there. At first, the priests allowed me to teach them only under strict supervision. Later, when they realized I was not the monster they made me out to be, I was allowed to teach unsupervised. I got up and started pacing around the room. I met a sweet little girl there. She was about 5 years old at the time, the most precious little creature I have ever seen. She was an orphan who was sort of adopted by the church. She was always there and made our lives a little brighter every moment. One day we found out that she had a severe heart defect. The church could barely keep its doors open with the funds they had. We tried everything to find money for her operation. All the priests, children, and volunteers went door to door, asking for donations. We raised money for the operation $1 at a time, but we were still several thousand short. I wasn't worried because I had a plan. I walked over to the wall and pointed to a photograph of an attractive young lady on the wall. This is Amanda, my daughter. I adopted her as soon as she got better, and I got a job. I sat down quietly and took a sip of coffee. What does this have to do with the fact that you don't want to give a kidney to your son? Asked a rather excited Rita. I made up for the lack of money selling my kidney. I saw how her last hope of saving her child collapsed. Subscribe to our channel so that your second chaff doesn't cheat on you, and go ahead and listen to the next story, because this story is nothing compared to the next one. If you're under 18, don't even think about listening to the next one.